who has worked on a freelance basis for over 20 years, covering a myriad of industries and sectors. A round of applause for her, please. Danette, just with a raise of hands so that they see you. There we go. We also have Nomshato Lubisi Nkosinkulu from Media Monitoring Africa. She's an author and serves as the head of communications at Media Monitoring Africa. She also held the position of committee member at the South African Internet Governance Forum. She served as a board member at Childline South Africa, and she's a DGMT fellow. Nomshato has been at the forefront of driving dialogues aimed at addressing critical issues and has delivered numerous lectures and training sections, particularly on topics surrounding information disorder, disinformation, media, and digital media. Round of applause for her, please. Nomshato, where you at? Okay. Then we have Nonhlanhla Ndawonde from the GCIS. She's a conceptual copywriter by profession, trained through Vega. She has 8 years in the creative advertising industry, having worked on product campaigns for brands such as Diageo, Unilever, RCL, to name a few. She joined the GCIS as its first ever copywriter, and now is now the manager of the GCIS radio unit. A round of applause for her, please. Nonhlanhla? Oh, there she is, right? There. We also have Peter du Toit from News 24. He is the assistant editor at News 24, where he oversees the investigations team. He's a former parliamentary correspondent and the author of several books, including The Stellenbosch Mafia. A round of applause for him. And we also have my good friend, Lorato Chenkeng from Decode Communications. Lorato is a world-renowned media and reputation management strategist with a keen interest in how technology is disrupting life, work, and play. He's the creator of #GovCom Social, a knowledge-sharing platform for government communicators that helps them decode social media algorithms, understand data and trends, and learn best practices for communicating in this digital age. A round of applause for Lorato. We also have in our Miss Nikelwa Tendingfene from Nexa. Nikelwa is a seasoned communicator with over 26 years experience within the public sector and currently heading communication and stakeholder relations at the state-owned entity. She has served in executive and leadership positions for the past 2 decades. Nikelwa obtained a PhD degree in psychology from the University of South Africa. She is a doctor, right? Her areas of research interests are on work, family balance, on women, single women, and singlism, experiences using Afrocentric phenomenology and feminist perspectives. She served in the Gauteng Premier's office coordinating Gauteng Provincial Government direct community engagement strategies with the public and key stakeholders. Nikelwa was the communication supervisor for the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security, International Cooperation, Trade and Security, and the Economic Development and Infrastructure clusters. The work experience exposure involves devising communication and media strategies for mass mobilization and public engagement on key government policies and programs. A round of applause, please. We also have in our midst a very familiar face, and I know that you love her to bits, Slindelo Masikane from ENCA. She's a senior reporter at ENCA with over 10 years in the industry. She's dedicated to sound investigative research methods and a strong desire to know the truth of the matter. She has experience writing and reporting across a variety of platforms, including television, radio, and online. She's currently completing a master's degree in journalism and media studies. Working in the field, she has developed an instinct for what makes a good news story. She's passionate about education, the environment, and social justice issues, and she has worked on high-profile cases such as the Oscar Pistorius murder trial, Senzo Miyiwa murder trial, and the Thabo Bester escape saga. A round of applause for her, please. We also have Albi Modise, Senior Executive Communication and Marketing at Gautrain Management Agency. Albi Modise is an experienced and qualified communications executive with rich and reliable expertise in areas ranging from management and advisory roles in media relations, corporate communications, communications policy, broadcast media policy, and management of marketing and communication functions. Modise is an experienced spokesperson who has served the South African government in the ICT sector and environment management communications. Modise is a confident public speaker who has served as a lecturer in broadcast journalism with an undying passion for the communications sector. A round of applause for Modise, please. We also have Cherry Lee Dlamini, founder and CEO of Ulovo and Company Communications Pty Ltd. Cherry Lee Dlamini is a founder and CEO of Ilovo and Company, a 100% Black-owned PR and communications agency. She has consistently engineered strategic partnerships, built and maintained the professional and personal brands of doctors, attorneys, and leading top women and men in South Africa. Her leadership ability has been recognized with numerous accolades, including the prestigious PRISA Prism. A round of applause, please. Only a few to go. We have in our midst Mate Okaba from MAC Charter. Mate Okaba, his career started in advertising, then later into classical marketing as a brand manager, promoted to marketing manager, and thereafter to general manager of the SABC3. This growth happened within broadcasting. She says, I changed industry to broaden my expertise in financial services as a senior sponsorship and events manager. I then ventured into running my own business in property, Onina Global Holdings. My recent role was as CEO of ACA, Association for Communication and Advertising. A big round of applause for Mate Okaba. We have in our midst Councillor J. Kimpondo Hendricks from the MAC Charter. J. Kimpondo Hendricks is a seasoned business strategist, marketer, social activist, and entrepreneur with over 25 years global experience in all spheres of marketing within public, private sector, and civil society. J. Kimpondo Hendricks used this experience to establish the Business Pledge Collaborators, 100% Black female-owned private public sector partnership consultancy. She has won the BRICS Award. She's actually the BRICS Award winner 2 times in a row for South Africa. Round of applause. She's actually the first Black woman president for the GCCI. Round of applause. And very important, she's an executive for Wekona of the presidency, you know, an association that represents women. And she's a founder member of the Independent Producers, did I say it right? Organization here in South Africa. A round of applause for her, please. We also have in our midst Khuputso Seth Chawane from Innate Reflections. Khuputso Seth Chawane is a seasoned media professional with a rich experience spanning over a decade in the industry. As a qualified journalist and dynamic television and radio personality, Khuputso has established himself as a versatile media practitioner and trainer. Currently serves as the head of news at TTFM. You probably know him, where he also excels as a current affairs radio broadcaster, content producer, news editor, and writer. His ability to captivate audiences is further demonstrated through his roles on television, notably portraying Zwelakhe on Generations, The Legacy, and Donald Mukhasha on Skim Sam, amongst other television roles. A round of applause, please. And now a round of applause to all our experts. Yes, yes. I want to see this excitement until we break for lunch, right? Thank you. That's a promise, right? Thank you so much. I trust TUT students. Right. Without any waste of time, I would like now to invite Michael Curran, who is the DDG, to do the opening remarks. A round of applause, please, to Michael. A big round of applause.
Good morning. And I don't know, I hope I can keep you vibey like this, eh? So I didn't know I was an address to impress today, but I'm very glad the audience might. What do you think, ladies? I didn't know I'd have the pleasure of such a stunning audience. Look, I'm not going to bore you to tears and take you away from the more important, exciting thing of the day, but welcome to GCIS and have a fantastic day. It's such a pleasure to see all of you here. It's such a pleasure to see vibey young women. On a lighter note, this is a journey. I don't know whether to celebrate, as you heard, this journey. I think this is the 5th year. I don't know whether to celebrate these geniuses that you are with today. And I can tell you a little bit about them as well, the ones I know. Very humble in their craft and their discipline. Brilliant, powerful, high-profile South Africans, but people who are so humble and down to earth when you work with them in the daily space, even when they're asking you tricky questions across the email, LB. Or whether I should just celebrate the fact that on one occasion there was one guy from TUT here. Is there a guy today? Where's the guy? Not you. Other than the gentleman who is in your leadership team at the back there, bruh, hold strong. On the 2nd year, there was one poor little guy in the room, and when we kept saying, well, ladies, all these young women, he just pioneered through, and he never gave in to the woman inside him. So as we celebrate Women's Month, we celebrate the fact that the men here, we need to be part of the journey of change to build a society that doesn't take us back to where we were. Patriarchy and gender violence and things like that are just inexcusable in a modern progressive society, because the equality between us is just profound. I can tell you now where I learned things like this as a youngster. That lady, Nikelwa, there was my colleague for many years. And let me tell you now, guys, we could work 2 people together. There was no gender issue there, other than a bit of love now and then. But powerful meeting of minds and capabilities and vision and dedication. So I welcome you today, guys. I want to say to you that GCIS is welcoming you. We welcome this sustained partnership with the institution. Our job, for those of you who don't know it, is we are a national government department that deals with the strategic leadership of government and the various platforms of that in the work of the life of a state. A central government communication agency around the world has different functions. Some of them are just more of a small mouthpiece, in other words, the communication channel for the president or the prime minister of a government. And they're not big, or they don't have other functions. Others are more of a very small function in a political space, and others have a big machinery that deals with advertising campaigns, that deals with policy making in the communication space. So GCIS is quite unique, guys. We have a bit of all of that inside of us. So our job is to work on turning the content and strategic priorities of a government. And as you know now, we have a government that comprises parties from different political backgrounds. But they've put together a very, very clear program of action around 3 strategic priorities. Making jobs and decent employment for people. Don't you agree with that, all of you, I'm sure? There's no difference there, right? No divergence there. Secondly, sustainable livelihood so people do not get embarked or immersed in poverty that pulls us back in trying to develop. No difference or disagreement there. Do you agree? I'm asking a question and you're saying nothing. Yes, and then lastly, we can't do all this if the state is messed up, if your government can't work, if you can't answer a telephone, if you can't have service delivery properly. No difference in that. So please, we then work on the development of a communication framework to give expression to that, either in some programs we run ourselves or in how we coordinate the communication in national government departments, provincial government departments, municipalities. Sometimes we have direct activations or interactions, like we had to do with COVID-19 vaccinations, like we've had to do with trying to get the lights on and keep them on. But sometimes we just work offline with our colleagues to develop that. Sometimes they get into a corner, sometimes they just want strategic advice. But what we're trying to do, guys, this year, differently, is to have very rigorous communication action plans in place. And that's why today is so important, guys, because the experts you have here, one of the experts said in the meeting, we were chatting before the meeting, for her, she learned that in white culture, we ask for what we want and we get it. And she said, I had to learn that if I want something, I must ask. So she might share that with you later. But you know what? That story stuck in my mind. Because if we want the society that we all aspire to leapfrog emotional intelligence. When I enter this workspace, guys, I'm looking at most of you. I've chatted to these two sisters here in the front. Ooh. Hey, they're not shy, young. In my face like this. If it were me at that age, I couldn't even open my mouth. I was so scared. I know Albie won't believe that, but I was very shy, very insecure. So for me, the world is moving at such a fast pace. The life you live in is so different to ours. But the expertise that you're going to be exposed to here today, from a communication point of view, might give you that, oh, you know what, I don't have to make that mistake, or I don't have to tread that misstep. I don't have to have that experience, but I've got my own way of thinking about it. But yeah, that's very interesting to learn. And to actually jump forward in the places that you'll practice your craft. The media room, as the gentleman here will tell you, it's very different, I'm sure, when you started, right? It's totally different. It's not got those, sort of time structures or the luxury of having waiting for a thing to go to print and things like that. There's many, many changes. Information and news is immediate, and citizens are journalists and everything. But what we do need is we need multi-skilled people who understand the era that you're in and what communication means in that era. And that's why I think the opportunity today to hear from these specialists, to do that leapfrog if you want to. But at the same time, I appeal to you, please do not hesitate. If you're young and vibrant and dynamic and you have some ideas, put innovations forward. Tsecho is here, Mr. William Baloy, who heads this Chief Directorate, is here. Peliswa and Takalani and others are here. Please feel free to share. If there's a creative partnership in media work or communication work that you feel we could pioneer out of this thing, which will be part of your own growth or expertise, don't hesitate to put it on the table, okay? So it's an open door for our partnership in its 5th year to go to its 6th year, and hopefully one day its 10th year. And maybe one day one of you will be standing here celebrating the 30th year of this partnership, as you see at the back there. And by the way, please, thank you, Alvi. And by the way, if you have, we are in August, we're going to April next year with the celebration. I know none of you are 30 yet, but anyway, we're going to the 30th year of freedom celebrations in April. If you have ideas that you think would be really lighting up young people, getting them to reflect, getting them to ask, getting them to say, tell us what we can do differently, don't hesitate at all right? So with those few words, I'd like to firstly thank this enormously capable and rich group who have availed themselves. Guys, you really are with some phenomenal people here. Very humbling to be here for myself. Secondly, It's a partnership that's really yielding results. I really wanted to give a big shout out to Tsekofatso and Peliswa, your sisters, your big sisters. Can you give them a huge shout out? They've been very faithful on building this partnership. And then finally, can I just also say, on behalf of our top management, our Acting Director General Nomonde Mnukwa, my boss, would have loved to be with you here. But one of the other things we do here is we look after the communication support to the Minister and the Presidency in her role as the spokesperson of our cabinet. So all of government is in Cape Town this week, having cabinet committees, cabinet meetings. So Nomonde is in Cape Town. But I can tell you now, she would have stopped dead in her tracks with anything that's going on in our eyesight if she got into this room. So luckily she's not here because we can't be with you today because we're dealing with some very urgent things that are looking at how we can tighten where Ms. Tengimfene left us and Mr. Modise left me in the lurch. Issues around the clusters of government and how they can work better. Both of them were very seasoned. Albie was a cluster chair for one of the clusters, and Nick Helwer was the supervisor in GCIS for one of those clusters. And let me tell you, they did great work. So listen, just when you hear about us, lots of people say very nasty things about GCIS, that we're confused, we're disorganized. Guess what? We're not as confused and disorganized as one would think, but just trust us. We are trying to move and bring coherence to a very complicated space. But guess what? We're open. We're open to you to say, hey, guys, you know what? This isn't working. We think that you can do things better. All right. So have a great day and enjoy yourselves and really vuna, what you can from all of these baobab trees. Thank you very much. And please forgive me, but I have to run. Sure. Thank you.
Round of applause to Michael, please. Thank you so much, Michael, and for those inspiring words as well. Now we get closer to the business of the day. I'm just going to give you an overview of the format, especially the students from TUT. There's going to be one mentor per table. I think that's the format right now. And 3 students per table. And you have exactly 15 minutes. It's called speed mentoring for a reason. So just 15 minutes, maximize as much as you can, ask, but obviously give one another, an opportunity to ask questions, not one person all the time, right? But maximize. But before we get to that, I just want us to have that interaction on expectations. So I'm going to select one or 2 students just to share with us their expectations for today. There we go. We have a volunteer. Can we get a mic, please? You introduce yourself, what year you're doing, at whether it's and what program at TUT.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dimpo Horani, and I'm a second-year journalism student at TUT, obviously. So, in short, every time I'm in a room with women or men and women who are in executive positions or award-winning journalists, I think to myself, these people were once kids who just had dreams. These people were once students, and they are where they are today. So I tell myself, I have a choice between listening to what they have to say and actually implementing it in my own life and just being ignorant towards it. So that's basically what I'm expecting today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well said. A round of applause here, please. Another hand? Okay, there we go.
Good morning. My name is Fatima Lokoto, and I'm a second-year student in integrated communication. So my expectations today is to learn how they actually, like all the mentees, how they actually got to these positions and apply
Interesting. Interesting. There's one more here.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Gloria. Gloria Kwanaite. I'm also an integrated student, integrated communications. My expectation today is to answer really what a lot of students and I talk about. There's always a disconnect between being in academia, being in school, and now getting to the job, or really finding out what do you actually do at the job. And also to add on to what she said with learning how to scale up. So I'm here hoping to get the answers that will close the gaps for me to have better expectations as opposed to imagining what it could look like when we actually go into industry. Thank
Lovely.
you.
Beautiful. One more, and then we get down to business. There's one more there.
Hi everyone, I'm Felicity Makafola. I'm an integrated communication student, a first year. So what I expect to get from here is a clear understanding of like what exactly are we doing, because a lot of first year students, things are still a bit foggy for us. So that is basically what I need today, direction. Yeah, that's it.
I think we're good, but I'm going to twist things, around a bit, and I'd like to hear from a mentor, just short, what the students should grasp from this whole experience. Mama, can you please? No, Mama. Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, I also just want to manage expectations from the mentees to understand that a life is a journey and not a destination. So we might not have all the answers that you require, but we can certainly share some of the critical lessons that we've learned through this journey of life. I mean, you would look at me and maybe expect that I have all the confidence that is needed because of all my achievements. But even myself, I'm also still dealing with some of my own insecurities. And this is the beauty of life. What I would like you to always remember is that, and I'm hoping that you'll take this from us, is the authenticity of the journey of life. And that journey requires you also to be authentic. Because I always say that in life, we are all puzzle pieces of a bigger plan of purpose. And as a puzzle piece, you fit into a certain shape. Never aspire to be another shape than what. And if you understand that, you'll understand that your journey is yours. And you cannot compare it to someone else's journey. And it saves you from so much unnecessary stress and issues. Life is not a competition. Life is a process of us as humans across the world complementing each other. So please do not expect perfection from us. Do not expect to get all the answers. But this is an opportunity for you to be part and have insight of this sometimes humbling and overwhelming Dreams were imposed upon us. Some of us can share that we come from similar backgrounds. We also didn't have it easy. But when purpose has been shone upon your life, it will happen either way, across all the trials and tribulations. So embrace your purpose, embrace your journey, and let it one day be said that you were once here in this life at this time in history to fulfill your purpose.
Thank you so much. I was getting goosebumps. It's real. It hit home really hard. Round of applause to that, please. Please. We're going to start now with our speech mentoring. But I want to say, hala, la women in media, hala, la. Hala, la women in media, hala, la. Hala, la women in communications, hala, la. Hala, la women in marketing, hala, la. I can't hear that, hala. Hala, la women in media, hala, la. Hala, la women in communications, hala, la. Hala, la, hala, la. Thank you so much. So it's one mentor per table, 3 mentees, and you have exactly 15 minutes. Aspiliswa, I know you're going to be assisting me with the time. We're good? We're good? Exactly 15 minutes, and it starts now. maximize, maximize. 4 minutes to go. Mentees, it's time to switch. Quickly, switch. Switch. Mentees, switch. Time is up, mentees. Time is up. You'll come back to the table, you'll engage further later. Time to switch in 4, 3, 2, 1. Table 2, switch. Table 1, switch. Table 4, switch. Speed mentoring is the name of the game. And your 15 minutes starts now. 3, 2, 1. Your time is up. Please switch. Table number 1, switch. Table 4, switch.
Is it possible to just give us maybe 5 minutes prior to
Yeah,
end of
we'll
our
do.
time? Just
We'll
yeah,
do.
just a
Okay,
heads up.
so that you, okay. And we start again, 15 minutes in 3, 2, 1, start. 6 minutes to go. We're done in 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time to switch. Table 1, switch. Remember, the name of the game is to maximize, maximize, maximize. You might be sitting in front of your future employer, right? You might be sitting in front of your future employer, so maximize and maximize. Give your best self. And we start the new session in 15 minutes, for 15 minutes, right now. 5 minutes left. switch, please. Table 4, switch. I think we're number 5. Yeah, I think 5. So this will be 6. And then we have 6 to go. Your 15 minutes starts in 4, 3, table 4 move, switch, 3, 2, 1, start.